And about 2 weeks later, this house started nagging me.
Oh, really? You couldn't forget
it? It was in my dreams at night.
Really?
I was having visions during the day.
Can entrepreneurship be the solution to our struggles? Well, Ashley Savage thinks so, and not just kind of a solution, the solution. I'm Toby Lyles, and my esteemed son,
Maverick Lyles.
This is the Voices on the Wind podcast, where we help you catch that idea and turn it into something significant, something real. And Ashley does that, which I think you're really going to like hearing.
Yeah. We also have our newsletter, which is definitely one of my favorite newsletters for sure. Just have our thoughts on different guests who are on, as well as some pretty funny stories. So if you have not checked that out, that's votw.substack.com. And also, we want to hear from you. So if you have anyone you want on the podcast, or any thoughts or anything really, then we would really love to hear from you. And so just reach out to us on any of our social media platforms, and we'd be glad to hear your thoughts.
Yep, so here we go. Ashley Savage on business as the solution.
Well, Hollowberry Manor is a retreat, a women's creative retreat. And so people can come with all their best friends and stay the entire weekend. They stay in the house and enjoy the creative workspace and do their thing. Scrapbooking, quilting, fiber arts, heck, just tabletop games if that's what they want to do. So it's an awesome place to just come and be.
Which is a super, super niche-y thing in my perspective.
Very.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like an Airbnb.
Uh-huh.
I'm a crafter myself. I'm a scrapbooker and have been scrapbooking since I was 15. I won't say how many years that was. And I've been going on retreats myself with my friends for the last 15 years.
Okay.
And so I understood the business model.
Okay.
I knew the goal.
So you I mean, I've never been on a crafting retreat, but I'm guessing you take 10 or 15 of your favorite friends, or 5, or I don't know.
Yeah, 12 is an average group size. And yeah, you go up for 3 nights, 4 days, and there's crafting that happens, but there's also movies and laughing and sharing meals and kind of getting away from life, but in a way that fills you. So that when you go home, you're renewed and refreshed and ready to join life again. And so to have something like that be an annual getaway is a really special thing. Anyway, for years, I'm like, oh, that would be fun to have my own place. And my husband and I would be like, oh, it would be so fun to have a vacation home. Like,
Okay. So kind of like in the back of your mind.
Yeah, always in the back of my mind.
Okay.
About a year and a half ago, my husband got serious. He's like, I want to level up our real estate.
Okay.
I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, what does that mean? Because we had turned our very first home into a rental home that we'd had for 18 years at that point.
Okay.
And it was paid off. It was doing its job. It was passive income.
Fantastic.
And he's like, I want to level up. I'm like, are you sure? Because passive is real nice,
Yeah.
We turned it over every few years, but otherwise we kept our renters happy. My husband's a generous landlord. And it was an easy thing at that point. And he's like, yeah, I want to step it up. Like, okay. And so we started looking at lots of different properties in Colorado. He was looking more at fourplexes.
Sure.
And I was looking at something that could be a vacation home, but also filling this business model.
So you had this business model pretty clear at that point?
Yes. Okay. Yeah, I have a very entrepreneurial background. It's in my genes, my maternal line for many generations.
Okay.
The women in my family, we love this kind of stuff. Selling, just business connections, all of it.
Okay.
And so
It's gotta help.
Oh yeah. And so many experiences in my life have led me to the point of being successful. But back to looking at properties, he's looking at fourplexes and I'm looking at homes that fit what we need. Lots of parking, several bedrooms, a large workspace, that sort of thing. No HOA.
Yes.
And I wasn't quite finding what I needed. Every property had 3, but not all 4, for example, and a very high price point. And same with Paul. He was finding very high price points. This was a year ago. Real estate is crazy right now.
Still high, yeah.
Anyway, I expanded my search on Zillow and this house popped up. And,
Okay.
and I wasn't even considering it. I just said, oh, look, they're having an open house on Sunday. Let's take a Sunday drive with the kids. We'll take a picnic. It'll be
Okay.
fun to just tour this really old, massive house. And it was fun. My little girls loved it. We had a great time peeking at all the nooks and crannies. We followed the little map. Because, one of the things was, it has 36 rooms. Well, it does when you count every single doorway.
Yeah.
It's
But a
not
room
quite
that
36
you can actually sleep
rooms.
in.
Yeah, no. But it was a lot of fun. And we went home and on with our lives. And that was the beginning of November last year.
Okay.
And about 2 weeks later, this house started nagging me.
Oh, really? You couldn't forget it.
Was in my dreams at night.
Really?
I was having visions during the day.
Tell me about one of those. Do you remember one of those dreams where you just wake up with a feeling of
yeah,
it? What was this?
I could envision it being
Okay.
the retreat. I could see women in it. I could see the rooms.
Yeah.
Some of the rooms were like, this is what I want to look like.
Mm-hmm.
It was odd and incredible. And I know that sounds crazy, but I'm very serious that it was speaking to me and saying, this is what I want. This is the house. This is the opportunity. I mean, this house, the owners had moved to Missouri. It was already empty.
Okay.
And had been on the market 18 months before we saw it.
Okay.
And so the price had come down and it was a good deal, especially compared to the things we were looking at in Colorado. And I think it was just waiting for us. It was waiting for us to be ready because we weren't ready when it went on the market. But we were ready when we saw it, and we put in an offer on Christmas Eve.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Wow.
We asked for closing in March. The owner said, we can't wait that long. We'll say yes to your offer and the concession list, but you have to close in January. And we said, okay, we're doing it.
Really?
We're doing it fast. And so we jumped in with both feet for 6 months straight. I pretty much lived here about 80% of the time.
Incredible.
In order to open, had to get to a point where I could at least open half the house and have income coming in.
Yeah, because you have to move that very quickly.
Very quickly.
Because it wasn't ready, correct?
Right. I mean, it wasn't in bad shape.
Okay.
All the previous owners had taken very good care of this house. And so there weren't any major obstacles other than we need to clean and we need to furnish. The workspace, the garage, was just naked 2x4s and exposed insulation, which on one hand is like, that's so much work to do. But on the other hand, we could finish it the way it needed to be finished.
Yeah.
For our crafters, could have all the electricity that's necessary and the layout.
It's just waiting for it.
Exactly. And so we had an amazing contractor that worked with us. He worked with us before on our own home, and we already knew and trusted him, and he was all in. And so we just moved very fast. We bought it in January, right in the middle. I had my open house on March 8th and my first guests in April.
Wow.
And I could take up to 12 guests at that point. And the reception was fantastic. The support from the crafting community is amazing. Word was spreading. And they knew the house wasn't done, not everything's perfect. And they knew what they were getting into as being, some of the first guests. But it's been incredibly positive and yeah.
Now, you knew the crafting community in advance. So did you kind of have an idea of the market, what they wanted to do? Did they be okay with maybe not quite so perfect house? Because they were, I'm just asking
Yeah, I knew the market. I knew, I myself and my group had been to 5 or 6 different places across Colorado. And we knew what we liked. We knew what we didn't like. These conveniences or these were nice, but not necessary for us. And so I tried to incorporate my personal experiences as well as market research. I was joining all kinds of groups on Facebook and asking questions, reading through other people's questions to see, what are the top needs that I need to fulfill. You know, are fluffy towels more important than fancy sheets? You know, is the ice maker imperative versus, you know, having 2 fridges? Like, what's my priority here? So, one thing I did try to do as I started my social media, Facebook, of course, being more important than Instagram due to my audience, was I was just very open. I invited people to watch the journey. Like, hey, here's what the house looks like right now. Here are some of my visions. Here are my plans. Thank you for joining this journey with me, you know, and I do stories sometimes and videos and just be open and honest. Here's the state of things. Here's the goal. I would love your support in the meantime. And I've had so many cheerleaders along the way and met so many kind people who are just excited about what I'm doing. Not only providing a new retreat to go to, but also the preservation of this house.
Yes.
You know, this house is 130 years old and it's a special place. Everyone that's come here has been able to say there's something special about this house. And it's true. Sorry, I don't want to get teary, but there's something special about this house. It's very happy and very joyful. And everyone that's come here has been able to feel that. And I love that I've been able to create a space for people to come to and enjoy that.
Okay, so you have some big projects going on here, but you're almost done, like you said. What's the most exciting thing that you have done or will do here?
Oh, the most exciting. Well, the biggest project was a bathroom. It had to be ripped out and redone. And bless my dad, he came out again.
Oh.
And of course, the scope changes as it does with any construction job. You know, we pulled up the tile floor and saw that the main floor, the base floor was rotting. And so we had to pull that out. And we had open foundation for a while. So that was the biggest, hardest thing. In fact, I literally just finished it while you guys were setting up. I hung up the curtains and I hung up the pictures.
You're kidding me.
That's what I was doing.
Well, congratulations.
And then I took pictures.
Hey.
So I'll be able to share that online here in a few days. But that was probably the hardest. The most exciting? I think it's exciting when any room comes to life. Like I said, the house has communicated with me about what it wants. And some rooms I already knew. I knew how they wanted to see. And others I found some inspiration and then, boom, this is this room.
Yeah.
And so to be able to put that into reality has been incredible.
That's
to
cool.
See a vision and then have it happen and executed and finished.
Executed, yeah. Curtains hung.
Yeah, curtains hung. My reward is taking the pictures at the end. That's my reward.
I don't know. I just thought it was super cool. She had just really, really smart and super fun, her business. I really love the manor. So I thought that was, just really smart.
Yeah. Yeah, there's something about our when our dream has better financial calculations, you know, and the fact that she, that was her story. I really liked how she heard the voice and followed it. So that is, of course, the goal of our podcast, that we hear that voice and we'd follow that voice and create something real. So I'm sure we're all doing that. And until then, my friends, happy sailing.